It is the Beyonce Foxx experience, and I am so happy to have with me today Joe Leone. I love that name.
I love your name.
Thank you. Spelled differently. People are like, how do you say your name? Yeah, it's Beyonce, just like the singer. But of course, I'm a little
Legendary.
older, so maybe she copied me. I don't know. I'm
That's
just saying.
right. I'll
Yes.
support that narrative.
It is so nice to meet you, man. I've heard a lot about you, read a lot about you, and I'm like, oh, we got some new good talent on the market. Talk
Thank
about
you.
how you came to be in the whole space of this good old R&B music, or how would you classify your music?
R&B.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I was
I
listening
mean,
to
it's
Discipline and some other of your music, and I was like, this guy's got some range. This guy's got, some versatility here. I love it. I love it a lot. So
yeah.
how'd you, if you will, get discovered? Or I know you work with Eric Benet. I get that whole
hmm
piece, but did you always know that this is what you wanted to do?
No, I didn't always know that I wanted to be on the like face artist side of things. I knew I always wanted to make music. I studied for composition, so like I wanted to score films and stuff when I was first starting out, leaving high school. And then there was just too many rules in that world, and I'm a little too ratchet for the classical energy. So they didn't love me, and I didn't do my best in a conservatory environment. But songwriting, you could be completely yourself. There's nothing but freedom on this side of the fence for the most part.
That's
So
true.
I kind of dove into that. I signed with Allison Ball about over a decade ago. She signed and developed Eric Benet back in the day. Um, and then Eric came to her with this label venture called JBR Creative Group. He said, I don't trust
Mhm.
anybody to be my CEO except you. And she said, all right, bet. I got our first artist. You're welcome.
I love it. I love it. So prior to all of that, you had just been singing on the side or what? Because, dude, the talent is there. It's like, woo, where did he come
Oh,
from?
thank you. Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, I grew up in the church. My dad's a pastor. So,
Same. Yep.
yep. Look at both of us. Not in jail. We did great for PKs.
We did
Um,
okay. I think
we
so.
did all
Yeah.
right. But yeah,
Did you sang in church? You did that whole thing?
yeah, I
Same.
sing in high school choir. I sing in musicals and things like that.
Mhm.
Um, but I didn't really like start taking it super serious until high school, and when enough people told me like, "Hey, man, you're good at this. You should try harder. You should take this
Really
serious."
are. You really are. And you were born and raised in LA?
Born and raised, the Los Angeles Valley.
So I know you're kind of a good actor too, Joe Leone. I saw you the
Uh
Discipline video. I'm like, okay, this dude can
oh.
act and sing. Like I was convinced with the acting, cheating with the boss and all that kind of stuff. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
cool. Yes. So you never wanted to go that route? Was it always singing that you enjoyed?
Well, like I said, I did musical theater, so
Oh.
there's acting involved in that. And I've
Mhm.
done a lot of sideline and like minor character things growing up. You know, being so close to Hollywood, and if you're
Yeah.
talented at anything, they'll find a way to include you into the movie making, TV making side of things.
I hear that.
But I hate the environment. I mean, like I think it would have to be a specific scenario where I end up acting because it's not the skill that I don't like. It's just the set, the
Yep.
set life, the energy on that set. I just can't stand that Hollywood energy of like not talking to you. Just
Yeah.
there's so much terrible energy in that
I
space,
get
and so it's exhausting.
I get it. So why were you drawn to R&B music? I mean, you could have done pop, you could have done country, probably could have done any type of genre. Why R&B?
It's the truest to what I sound like and what I grew up, how I found my voice. I grew up singing hymnals and gospel. Um, so it's kind of where I found my voice was in that sound. I mean, I would watch. I wasn't allowed to listen to a lot of secular music because of the curse words and the whatever else.
Yeah.
But BET Gospel Sundays were playing some stuff I had never heard before on
Mhm.
MTV or no Channel 78. What was it? It was MTV2 or something like that.
Yep.
Or no
Yep.
BET. It was BET.
No, BET. Yeah,
But
BET, BET plus something. I know what you mean, though.
Plus is the app now, but it was a channel for BET back in the day, and
Uh-huh.
it was the coolest version of music that I was like allowed to really listen to and explore on my own. The harmony, the vocal runs, the vocal harmonies, just the top to bottom, the style of music that I was able to find in gospel. Just it woke me up. It inspired me to want to do that.
Who are some of the influence people who influenced you as far as music? You
In
know,
the
we
gospel
all
space
have, oh
or
my God, I
overall?
love this artist, my favorite artist. Say
Yeah,
it again.
in the gospel space or overall?
Overall, I mean, it could be gospel, R&B, whatever. Who influenced you? There's got to be somebody who you're like, oh man, I would love to collab with that person, or oh man, their
Oh,
style
so
is just
many,
everything.
so
Who?
many of those.
Yeah, I know. I know.
The the ones that inspired me young, obviously Stevie Wonder is kind of a cop out,
Okay.
because everybody who makes music was inspired by Stevie Wonder.
Yeah.
Um, but when I was in like elementary school, I think fourth or fifth grade, I found Mario's Turning Point album, and I don't
Okay.
know what kind of heartbreak I was going through, but I was singing at the top of my lungs. How could you let somebody lay where I lay in
Hey,
fifth grade?
yes, in fifth grade. What you know about that, man?
I don't know, but I felt it. I felt it.
Uh-huh.
And then obviously Usher's Burn album came out around that time.
Woo!
Um,
Classic.
and then I kind of had found the neo soul movement on my own. So that whole D'Angelo, Music Soul Child, Jill Scott, The
Hmm.
Roots,
Yes, sir.
all of that stuff really, really spoke to me.
So you are on tour right now with one of the hottest R&B artists out, October London, and Tamar Braxton, Ro James. Man, what was that like when you got the call saying that you're going on tour with them?
It felt a little bit like, ah!
Honestly, that
It
is
was
huge.
huge. Yeah, huge. I understood what this opportunity was going to be for me because I'm a live instrumentalist. I'm a musician. I'm playing keys. I'm playing guitar. I'm singing. I'm walking around. I'm doing tracks and stuff. So it's like I know what this opportunity would have been able to do for me as far as moving forward my ability to both sell tickets, my ability to operate within the space of R&B as a new artist. It's pretty crazy cosigns to be getting from them. So I mean, I'm not a new artist, but it feels new to everybody else. So
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
very
Because people
exciting.
don't realize that grind. You know what I mean? That grind, those years that you put in, all the work you put in before you actually pop, if you will.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
talk about who you would love to collaborate with. I kind of touched on it a little earlier when you were mentioning some of the people that you're influenced by. If you had your druthers, who would you love to just be like, oh my God, I got to do an album with this person, or at least have them collab on a song or two? Who would that
yep.
be?
I say this all the time, but Larry June is one of the dopest rappers out in the West. I want
Okay.
to be. I'm trying to be the John B to some of their Tupacs. You know what I mean? We
Yes,
got
yes,
some.
I love it.
We need R&B singers back on the choruses for these rap songs.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Kehlani's amazing. Flo, they're amazing. There's a lot of girls out now that are really dope.
Yeah,
Especially from the UK.
women running it, women running it.
They really are. Her.
Yes, seriously.
Um, who else? Yeah, those are
Those
those are some good ones.
yeah,
Blast, Lucky
it's a
Day.
lot of people out here doing their thing. A lot of people, man. I'm so proud of you. Tell us the typical day in the life of Joe Leone.
Well, the typical day in a life at home is a lot less exciting than the typical day in a life on tour.
Hmm.
On tour, the typical day looks like wake up, do either one of these, or drive to an iHeart station or an Urban One or some radio and do an interview there. You never know what version of an interview they're gonna do. Also, yeah, the other day I had some guy just turn his camera phone towards us, and the second I walked in, and we did about 10 minutes like that.
Those are the best ones.
Standing Up.
Mhm. Yep,
It,
yep. I love
and
those kind.
it was, yeah, it's been interesting. And then I'll do some drops. What up?
Mhm.
It's Joe Leone, and you're listening to Bionce Foxx show. Is that what you said? Something like that.
Thank you. Thanks for that.
Do a bunch of those.
Mhm.
And then they try and get me to sing something, even though it's too early and I haven't warmed up. Um,
Got
and then
it. I
I'll
know
go
you
to the
sound
next
good
one.
every rip.
No, no,
Yeah,
no, no.
yeah, you do because you just
Um,
did a little something earlier, and I was like, okay, child, already, yes. So, what's the tour piece like? I mean, have you ever toured before, or is this your first tour?
this is my first tour that has lasted this long and at
Okay,
this scale. I've
yeah.
done a bunch of shorter versions of this and not
Hmm.
as many shows.
Okay,
So this is definitely my first what I've been describing as a big kid tour.
exciting,
So it's 2 months.
rigorous, fun,
Oh yeah,
all of that.
yeah. It's been definitely a journey learning how to manage my own routine and schedule and dieting and all that.
Mhm.
Like just the things that are easy for me to do in my day to day at home are feel impossible in this setting. Even sleep,
Mhm.
sleeping on a
Mhm.
tour bus is a whole journey.
I'm sure. Well, again, I'm so happy for you, man, to be on tour with October London and Tamar and Ro James, and you're doing your thing with the singing, your vocals. I absolutely love the falsetto slash harmonic. I'm not sure which of your songs I was listening to, but I'm like, man, dude has range. You sound really, really good. So,
Thank
what would you
you.
tell someone who has never heard of Joe Leone yet? They're going to though. Why should we get your music and what's your music all about? What's the theme behind what you write and put out there?
I'm bringing back love songs.
Yeah.
It's heartbreak R&B. It's if the song is sexy, it's at least creative.
Hmm.
I mean, we're not the first generation to be making vulgar music. We're just the first one to do it uncreatively. My parents' generation, all that stuff was nasty, dirty concepts. It was just written with some poetic integrity.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you can expect some fun, playful, creative lyricism, like you
Yeah.
said, vocals. I love background harmony.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
I hear
feels
that.
like an old school R&B on new production on a young guy.
Hmm. It's good music. Talk about discipline and what projects you got coming out.
Yeah, so Discipline is the most recent single I released. You were saying you watched the video. I'm glad you enjoyed it. It was
Hmm.
fun. It was a
And I
fun
didn't know
video.
the word, you kind of did a little something different with that word discipline, but I'm gonna let that slide since we both PKs. I'm gonna let that slide, Joe.
What do you mean? I don't know what you're talking about.
It's clever though. It's definitely clever. But yeah, like the song, your vibe, everything, your energy, it's good. So we're gonna be looking forward to it. And I'm quite sure we're gonna be playing some Joe Leone here on V103. Again, happy for
Yes,
you, man.
please.
Keep doing your thing. When you come to Chicago, when you coming through?
We did already.
You just were here. Yeah, I was out of town and I missed it. But when you coming
I
through
know.
again, yeah, that's not gonna be your last stop in Shot City.
It is for this tour.
Okay. Okay.
But I'm looking to the goal with, something like this is that I go out and open for such incredible big acts like this, and then once I'm home, we could schedule a slightly smaller scale, but
Yeah.
headlining tour for me.
Okay. Well,
So
I followed you on Instagram.
I
So I'm
got you
definitely
back.
gonna, yep, I'm definitely gonna stay in touch and see where you are next because I'm a fan. I've been doing this 25 years, man. I
Uh,
hear all kinds of R&B, good R&B, everything. And I'm
I
a
can only
fan.
imagine.
Man, first time listening, I was like, okay, yep, he's got it. Who's this blue-eyed soul brother? Are your eyes blue?
Hey,
Are your
they're
eyes
green.
blue? Oh, they're green. Okay. Who's this
They're
green-eyed
green, and
soul
nobody with
brother?
blue eyes taught me how to sound like this. So I'll just
I
let you
love
know
it.
that part.
Yes, keep doing your thing. When's that album coming out?
Well, I got to make the album, but I got an EP dropping in summer. There's one more single coming on
Okay.
the road by the end of this month. One more single after Discipline,
Okay.
and then like I won't say how many songs yet, but an EP coming in the summer, and then we're in album mode. My
Nice.
debut.
Nice. Okay. I'll be
Yep.
looking out for it, and I'll look for your trip back to Chicago when you're on stage. If you need a host, just holla at me. I got you.
Oh, it's happening. Thank you so much. I just might.
Absolutely. Much love to you. Again, apologize for the waiting. Not sure what happened there, but we're
Ah,
good. I'm glad we connected. And I will be looking forward to seeing all your great endeavors in the future. Thank you, Joe Leone.
thank you, Beyonce Foxx. I appreciate the time.